Good morning. It's the time you've been waiting for all week long. Right here on KDHL, the Mighty 920, we're going to have that live Faribault Coaches show with Gordy. And I didn't hear Royal in the background, so I don't know if he's there or not.
I am here, Kate. I am here. Can you hear me now?
I surely can.
Ah, good deal. Folks, you just missed it. Gordy was chair dancing to that last song.
I was?
Yeah. You got some moves, dude. You got some good moves. At least chair dancing, which is my specialty also.
Well, I've been told I can dance.
Yeah, I've been told I can't.
Yeah. Have you really?
And I believe him.
No. I won some disco contests back in the disco days.
Wow.
I don't readily admit to that publicly, which I think I just did.
You just did.
Jesse Armbruster, the wrestling coach, is going to pop on down from the Faribault Falcons, the high school league this past week. The Wrestling Coaches Association requested that they have more wrestlebacks at the state meet, and they were turned down. So he's going to give us his opinion on that.
I bet he's got some good moves. I bet he can dance. We'll have to ask him.
You think?
Yep. I bet he can.
The person asked probably would be his wife.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, because that's probably who's telling you that you can't dance.
Pretty much everybody tells me I can't.
Well, you've been to a few wedding dances,
you know
right?
You know what? One of my life sayings is dance like nobody's watching.
There you go. I love that, too.
Dance like nobody's watching.
Speaking of that, you know, we're out at Basher's, the Faribault Bowl Center, and they have a terrific breakfast out here. Paul tells me last week they were packed for breakfast.
They had a few people, yes. Breakfasts are awesome. I had my pancake and sausage last week, and it's probably what I'll have again this week after the show. But I do enjoy a good breakfast, and Basher's has them.
And you've had a variety, because I know you don't just do the pancakes and sausage.
No, I pretty much tried everything, you know, from their biscuits and gravy to their
French apple cinnamon toast.
They got that. You know, one of my personal favorites is their Basher's muffin sandwich. Little egg, little sausage in there. Oh, it's good stuff.
Their French toast, that apple cinnamon. Did I say French apple? I don't know where I came up with that.
I know what you mean, though.
It's apple cinnamon.
I know what you mean.
I think, a French toast, but it's awesome.
It's good stuff. Yeah. Oh. You know what else you can do out here all summer long, Monday through Friday? You can bowl for $2 a game and $2 shoes.
Are you serious?
Yep.
All day. That's a very good price.
Yeah. So, you know, bring the kids out sometime and have a little fun. Like I always say, it is a great sport to just participate in and have some fun doing, you know.
And we have to have more people come out and enjoy the hatchet throwing.
The axe throwing is back this year. Back out in the volleyball court area because, you know, of course they have their sand volleyball leagues. And coming up Saturday, I believe it is June 25th, first women's sand volleyball tournament of the summer. So if you're a lady and enjoy playing sand volleyball, get a team in, or if you want to just join a team, I'm sure we can find one to put you on. So, but yeah, that'll be a fun day. I hear the weather is going to be perfect, you know, for spectators and athletes to sit on the deck and enjoy outside.
On June 25th, you already got that in?
Oh, yep, I have it dialed in. Yeah, it's going to be perfect weather. You know, not too hot, bright, sunshiny day. It'll be perfect for sand volleyball.
Next week, you know, is Heritage Days.
Yep.
And our city, which you are a member of the city council.
That is correct.
Was incorporated 150 years ago this year.
Yep. We are 150 years old.
And so our KDHL medallion hunt, where clues begin next Wednesday on the opening day of Heritage Days.
Okay.
Our medallion this year has the logo of the 150th. So it's going to be a collector's item medallion.
Oh.
Be the only one of its kind with that logo on it.
People better be listening closely for those clues and getting on that hunt. Yeah. What's the prize for finding it?
Well, you get about $500 worth of various gift cards and stuff that we get at the station. Yeah.
Very nice. Yep.
Very nice prize package there.
Yep. Perfect.
To various places.
Probably won't be hiding it in the sand at Basher's, but, you know,
No, it's got to be on public property.
Oh, okay.
Can't be on private property.
Okay.
So that's why quite often it's in a city park.
Yeah.
No, it's been on the fairgrounds before. I'm trying to think of other places it's been, but it has to be on public property.
Okay. Well, I know just in following the social media posts and stuff around that time, I know there's some people out there that really get into
Yes.
to looking for that, and I mean they take that serious. They take that serious. They're out there and following the clues and putting on their little sleuthing shoes, and
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of the things I really enjoy. Next week I'll be up at St. Cloud, though, doing the state baseball tournament Tuesday and Wednesday. So I don't know if I'll be back for the opening ceremonies for Heritage Days on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It all depends on, I should have 2 games each day.
Okay.
The way it'll work out.
And are they going to be live on
win or lose?
The Mighty 920?
What, the games?
The
yeah,
games.
of course. Yep. Hopefully we don't have any technical issues.
Do you know who you're announcing yet? Do they have the...
Yeah, we got Hayfield and Randolph at the state tournament. They haven't done the seeds yet.
Okay.
As I left, maybe we should see if it's up yet on the high school league's website.
Yeah, so without the seeds, they then also haven't set the brackets.
Yeah.
So you don't know who's playing who yet.
Not yet. Hopefully there will be the 1 and 2 seed, Randolph and Hayfield, and they'll be in opposite brackets. They're both in the Gopher Conference.
Nice.
Along with BA, right, in the Gopher Conference.
Yep.
And they'll meet each other in the state title game next Friday at Target Field. That would be my dream.
That would be fun. I can't even imagine how much fun that would be if 2 teams from the same conference. I don't know if they're rivals or best buddies, but 2 teams from the same conference have a shot to meet in the finals. That'd be fun to partake in.
I think so. Last year we got to do Hayfield in the final, and Randolph almost made it, but they had the misfortune of playing a 15-inning game.
Wow.
Against New York Mills, and were defeated in that 15-inning affair.
Oh, man.
They had multiple chances to win that game.
Have a high school team have enough pitching arms for 15 innings?
Well, here's the kicker of it. My opinion was they should not have made them. Right after that was a really brutally hot day, too. 15-inning affair.
Oh.
And they had to turn right around and play for the third-place game after
really
that 15-inning marathon in the heat. 4 of their starters could not play because of cramps. They started a kid who had not pitched since he was in the 6th grade.
Well, I know they have pitch counts and stuff in high school baseball, so that was my point. Is that how do you have enough people that even can even think about pitching? I mean, it looks easy when you watch it on TV, but it's not that easy. Throwing a ball pretty much as hard as you can into a 1 square foot area. So I don't know, but it'll be a good time for you next or this coming week in St. Cloud. You said right?
Tuesday and Wednesday at Joe Faber Field. They play at Joe Faber Field, which is right next to Dick Putz Field, and Dick Putz Field has the AA games on it.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to find the scoreboard here for the Minnesota Baseball Association. The Lakers played at home last night against the Union Hill Bulldogs.
How'd they do?
Did you go to the game?
I did not.
It was tied at 2, and this friend of mine left the game, and he wanted to know what the score was. And if you can find the scoreboard.
You can't find it? Well, I'll see. I have the Lakers page up on my
oh, you do? Okay.
On my phone here, so I'll see if I can find it, but not promising anything.
It was 2-2 when he left.
And they might not even have, the results up that quickly, but
well, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, to be honest.
But I think there's somebody in the area that can probably tell us. Well, nope, they do not have the score up online yet.
Nice.
But oh well.
Here's Jesse.
So you are going to get your fill of baseball.
Oh yeah. Well, we love baseball.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It was my best sport.
Was it?
My favorite sport, basketball, but my best sport was baseball.
What position you play?
I was a catcher.
Okay, all right.
But I did, I played every position except pitch in high school.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Jesse, welcome. Thanks for coming out. The big question, can you dance?
Can I dance? Not very well.
Okay. Well,
not very well.
Well, because I don't know if you heard the opening part of the show, but Gordy was chair dancing to that last song that led us into the show, and he was really doing well. And,
I
and then
imagine.
he publicly stated that he had won some disco competitions back in the day.
I did.
Really?
Yep, disco. Yeah.
Well,
I hate to admit that, but I did.
That's pretty cool.
Disco Gordy.
Had a
they
little
called it.
That's
partner that
awesome.
I'd throw up in the air, and I'd throw her between my legs. And
Oh, wow.
It was all over.
Wow.
That was fun.
That's fancy.
That's fun to watch. I know I always think it's impressive, like at weddings or things like that, when you watch people that know how to dance.
Yeah.
It's
The John
entertaining.
Travolta thing, you
Yeah,
jump up
it's
on the
really
car.
cool.
But anyway,
Good stuff.
I wanted you to come in, Jesse, because, well, two things. One, how did Minnesota State Mankato end up? I caught the first
Well,
part
I just
of the
heard you
playoffs.
talking about, last year was it Hayfield lost the 15 inning?
No, it was Randolph.
Randolph, sorry. So, you're talking about having two teams in the championship, and how often has that happened in the Big Nine in softball? It just happened yesterday
Again,
with Winona
yes.
and Mankato
And West.
but West won.
One.
So what is that? I think that's 5 or 6 state titles in the Big Nine for the last 5 or 6 years. Take away that COVID year that they missed, but
Last year was the only year the Big Nine did not
You're
win
right.
the class.
You're right. So it's 5 or
Becker-
6, I think.
Becker
Yeah,
won it last year.
So to answer your question, Mavericks were doing really, really well. They were we were in the national tournament. I think it was the third round, and we were in the finals of the regional. And Rogers, Oklahoma, had to double dip us. They had to beat us twice. We had beaten them 2 days earlier, 3-0. They were ranked 4th or 5th in the nation, and we were ranked, I think, 15th or 16th, somewhere in there. And so we were looking good, and we ended up going 15 innings in about 93 degree heat, and they got us. And what was really heartbreaking is the 13th inning, and we had bases loaded, nobody out.
Oh my gosh.
We were bottom. We were the home team, and we couldn't get anyone across. And anyways, Rogers ended up beating us, and then they came out and they beat us in the next game. Mikayla threw, and she gave up one hit. Unfortunately, it was a home run, and that was the only hit of the ball game, and we ended up losing. So, and what was, this is always a great debate. Do you want to cheer for that team in the next round, or do you wish them no luck at all? And I was cheering for them because I said if you're going to get beat by the best. And Rogers, Oklahoma, went on and they won the national championship. And so Mavs were the only team to beat them like in a 25-game span.
Wow!
And so we had a great year. It was a little heartbreaking because we did have Mac being part of it, we did have the number 1 ranked pitching staff in the nation, but we struggled from time to time getting not necessarily hits. We could hit, but we struggled hitting with runners in scoring positions, and that kind of was our Achilles heel throughout the season.
Randolph finished 3rd at state last year. Their softball team. They were state champs last year. Their head coach, when the bases are loaded with nobody out, loves to bunt. And it works a lot.
And we're usually that team. So I don't know if it was, and we had 3, 4, 5 coming up, and we just. Anyways, what else we want to talk about?
Well, is that what you call your daughter, Mac?
Mac, yeah. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
Mac.
I called her the Big Mac.
Oh, the Big
Even
Mac.
though she's not a big person.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
about 4'11" or so. But hey, here is breaking news from 9 hours ago.
9 hours ago.
Breaking news 9 hours ago. Faribault Lakers won.
Okay.
4-3 in 11 innings.
Awesome.
Oh, wow,
they had an extra inning game
That's
last
great.
night.
So thank you, Kevin Luckow. You keeping me up to date on all of my Faribault Lakers activities.
4-3.
4-3, 11 innings.
Good
Boy,
game.
sounds like a great game.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was at my
Kevin
computer
wrote about
nodding
it.
off.
Kevin wrote about it, so you can read about it.
I was nodding off on my computer trying to find track and field results.
Oh.
The high school league does not know how to use their website.
Yeah, I saw Faribault had several individuals that advanced to today.
Yep.
And then I saw we had was it a 5th place finish? And
Yep, that was Owen Carlson.
Yeah, Carlson in the jump. That was
Senior.
That was great. So yeah,
Triple jump, I think.
triple jump. Yeah, I think that would be hard.
Yes.
Man, I think that would be.
You have to
difficult.
be athletic
Yeah.
and coordinated, right?
Watching them do that, I'm like, wow, how do you do that?
Athletic, coordinated, and timing has to be everything.
Now,
in
the
that.
reason I wanted Jesse to come out, other than getting us updated on how Big Mac did at the state. By the way, was the state in Oklahoma?
Yeah, the
I mean, not the state,
regionals
the
regionals were in Oklahoma. So, and I'll tell you, Oklahoma is a hotbed right now for softball.
I know it is.
You know, they won
the National Division I.
every single division was
repeated.
won by an Oklahoma team.
They repeated it in Division I.
And
They beat
there was
Texas.
no contest. Oklahoma University. Oh my goodness, what a powerful program. But anyways,
Where is Rogers, Oklahoma?
Rogers is it's probably about an hour out of Oklahoma City. It's right
Okay.
in that region or that area.
And it was hot, you said, 93?
It was hot. It was hot.
What now? We are talking about Mikayla Armbruster, your daughter. That's an incredible athlete and softball pitcher extraordinaire. Pitches for Mankato State. So just to bring everybody full circle here.
Yep.
What year is she?
Well, she's gonna enter her junior season.
Remember, they had
she got
COVID
that
year.
COVID year.
Yep.
So they got about 10, 12 games in her freshman year before it was canceled. So all those kids were able to get an extra year. So
Good deal.
she'll be a super junior, I guess you could say, next year.
So she's got 2 years left.
She's got 2 years left.
2 years left of athletic competition.
Absolutely. Yep.
We won't talk about the school part of it because that's totally secondary to the athletic competition.
She really enjoys school. She's actually majoring in sports psychology. She would like to work for like a university and help with.
She could work with the golfers like Tiger Woods.
Does she practice on you to see if?
We have some great discussions because I very much believe in the mental side of athletics and training and where your frame of mind is. So I mean that's something that we've been doing with our athletes since I don't know how. I mean it's been a long time, but so she feels like she has a pretty good handle on it, and right now she's looking at working with an individual who is one of the sports psychologists with the U.S. Olympic team. So she's going to be taking some courses with her. So it'll be fun.
That's awesome. Great experience.
Yeah, really cool.
Well, go Mikayla, go.
Yeah. Anyway, the high school league this past week said, I think it was your association asked to have more wrestlebacks.
Yeah. So, and I can tell you, and I'm actually, I didn't realize that it went to vote last night, but I can kind of tell you from being the rep for our section that I know that this is something that is on the agenda every single year, that we propose it every single year, and it's not much of a surprise that it didn't go through. So here, for those individuals who are curious about the format of wrestling, the state tournament is set up that there's 16 individuals there, and that first match is everything. If you win that match, you're guaranteed a second match. If you lose that first round, your fate depends on whether the individual who beat you wins or loses. If that person wins, you're alive in the wrestlebacks. If that person that beat you first round loses, you're done. You're out of the tournament.
Now there is cheering for your opponent.
Yeah, there is cheering for your
That
opponent.
is a situation where you cheer for the opponent that beat you.
Many times we've had individuals come in that that Thursday night, and we are sitting there in the stands right over the mat where the individual who beat us last round, and we're sitting there like, come on, you can do this, you can do this. Unfortunately, we've not been very successful in getting this passed, and the reasons are, number one, if it's basically almost a full day of wrestlebacks. So there's a cost to that, of course. And I don't know what that cost is. I don't even want to take a guess what it is.
Right, you got to pay the officials.
Right. You got your officials, you got your venue, all those things. You got all the workers at the X, and so I'm assuming it's a rather large bill. Then on top of that, no one else does it.
No other state does it?
No. And you think about tennis. Like, I believe you can win. If I've heard this, and correct me if you know differently, you might know this, but I've heard that you can win your first two matches. Like, you can win your quarterfinals or your opening round and quarterfinals. Like, you can be 2-0 in the tennis tournament and lose your next match and be done. You're out. Like, there's no consolation whatsoever. So that's basically true of a lot of sports. There's not this true, we call them wrestlebacks, but there's not this true consolation bracket.
Yeah.
So when you're when you're done, you're done.
Yeah, individual sport. Yeah.
Like
and I believe you are correct. I mean, sports like tennis, where it's an individual sport, one-on-one, that's redundant. I think, it is, you lose and you're done.
Yeah.
Except maybe in the semifinals, the two losers in the semis may play for third place.
Yeah. And I think you might be right on that.
But Jesse, I was told that you were a fan of providing more, and I was told, correct me if I'm wrong, because you'd like to see the growth of girls in wrestling, and that's why you wanted to wrestle.
Well, and so that's the catch-22, Gordy, because I definitely want to see the growth of girls wrestling. Now that would call for a whole nother day, because girls are now wrestling alongside of us on different mats. So in order for us to have a true consolation bracket or a true wrestleback, you're adding maybe a day and a half now, because we've incorporated the girls wrestling into our state tournament, which is fabulous, by the way. It's fabulous.
Now, Jesse, are you proposing a girls-only separate sporting activity?
That's what we have right now.
Oh, okay. I thought girls could wrestle. Well, girls can wrestle on boys' teams.
They can still wrestle on boys' teams, but now we have girls.
Okay, so now we have
a sanctioned girls teams. We have sanctioned girls state tournaments. So this year we had, we crowned, 10, 12 state champions and girls state champions.
But when you look at the record, some of them evidently didn't do many wrestles during the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you are a girls program and you are just going to wrestle other girls teams, because last year was the first year, there's not a lot of them. So you might go into the state tournament with 10 matches. Or there are some girls, I'm thinking about a couple young ladies in Northfield, for example, who they wrestled both with their JV and even some varsity matches throughout the year, and so they had 35 matches.
So the girls can wrestle.
They can still compete with
They
boys,
can compete on the Colt boys team.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an open team now.
But that's why you want
they can compete on the women's team.
That's why you want the wrestlebacks for the girls, though, right? They get more mat time.
Well, yeah, and the girls, what they bring up, I think they brought 4 per weight class, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, and that's just going to continue to grow as that sport grows. I don't know what the number is right now across the nation, but I want to say there's maybe 30 plus, maybe getting close to 40 plus states. Let's just stay with 30
that have
girls wrestling, that have sanctioned girls wrestling.
How about Minnesota? And I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but do you have any idea on the growth of girls wrestling from say 3 years ago to
nothing to now, right?
Yeah, I don't have numbers, but for us, I think for us to have a girls' state tournament and have the number of participants that we had in it, it's growing.
Yeah,
it's growing.
I would have to assume that it is it's going to be growing exponentially over the next few years.
Absolutely. And the idea behind the girls wrestling, I think, is to allow them to compete against like competitors.
Sure.
Because I've always said that the young ladies that compete at the let's say 106, 113 tend to hold their own. They really do. And in large part because a lot of those individuals are younger kids. You think about our team, and we're filling our 106 with an 8th grader or a 7th grader or a 9th grader. It's rare that you have a junior or a senior at that weight group. When the girls tend to get go up in weight class, now trying to compete against, let's say, 152 pound young man who's a junior or a senior and has been, muscle on boys and girls is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And they tend to be a little bit stronger, and I think that's tough for the girls. It really is. And it's not to say all, because I've seen some girls in some upper weights that have held their own and have done a fantastic job.
But strength is big in that
Strength
sport.
is huge. Yeah, strength is big. So
Yeah, like in girls golf, for example, technique is everything, and that's why a 110-pound girl can hit the ball 250 yards, and me being considerably larger than that can't hit the ball 250.
Right.
But in wrestling, I think you'd have a much.
But in using golf as a sport that we can compare that to, think about, you want to take away the strength factor. So what do you do with the ladies? You move the tee box up. Now they're driving it as far as the men who
Right.
are teeing off from the whites or the blues from 50 yards back or whatever it might be. Per hole. So
Right.
yeah, the strength is a big piece, and I don't know. It's I like the growth of our sport, and as you probably know, I think this year the new proposal is weight class, and that's from a national federation looking at reducing the numbers of like right now we have 14 weight classes,
Which is too many.
I've always felt that's too many. I'm me personally, I'm a fan of college weight classes plus one, so we would have 11.
Yep.
But we're proposing right now at a national level 12 or 13 weight classes, so we would eliminate at least one, possibly two.
What is the balance there, though? More weight classes, more opportunities.
So
what is that balance?
that's the idea behind more weight classes, and that was the argument that was proposed when they added the weight classes, more opportunities for kids. My argument against that is we are actually taking opportunities away from kids to develop at the appropriate level. So what that means is now I'm taking kids that technically should be at a JV level, and I'm putting them into a varsity lineup where, for a couple of years maybe they're getting beat up because they're not able to compete at, a level where they should. I'll take, and there's pros and cons to that, right? Like I'll use Mikayla as an example. Being thrown in on the varsity team as a 7th grader, and we saw little Allie Cook do that this year for Faribault.
Yeah.
She got beat up. She got beat up a lot. We were 1-17 that 7th grade year, 1-17. But it also made her incredibly strong to where 4 years later they win a state title. So there's pros and cons to everything. I mean, really.
My son had a similar experience, although not the success that Mikayla did. But my son Ryder, he started on varsity tennis as a 7th grader. And as a parent, I was like a little concerned about that. I mean, Coach, does your tennis program haze the
you bet
haze the young kids? I mean, I'm not really sure about this, but it was a great experience for him. And
I think that's where we as coaches and parents, we have to communicate like, hey, this is how my child is feeling. These are the things that they're encountering, and be able to to this day, I've had kids where, hey, we're going to go into this tournament. It's an individual tournament. I would really love to see you wrestle with the 9th grade today. Not on the varsity where you've been sacrificing and doing what you can to help our team succeed on varsity. I think today this would be a great place for you. And as coaches, we got to be okay. Like I'm okay with taking that kid who maybe is 1-17 on varsity, and boy, he could get us a couple points, which might be the difference in us placing first, second, or third. But what's really good for this athlete right now, this student athlete?
Well, we got to boogie out of here.
Oh, wow,
right.
we do.
Jerry's on a dairy farm waiting to talk about cheeseburgers.
I got to throw out one. I got to give a little love to our beloved mayor, Kevin Voracek. He is listening to our show on a 1948 Sonora tube radio that was his grandfather's.
Wow.
You know, Kevin,
that's really cool.
Kevin's an electronic geek, and
I wonder if we come in better in that than
I bet we
modern day.
We
radio.
probably do. Kevin, you can let us know. We probably come in better. But yeah, he sent me a picture of it, and it's this old tube radio.
Awesome.
That's neat. Well, I appreciate you having me come in.
It's late notice, Jesse, I know, but yeah, I think it's awesome that that you were able to do that. So.
Well, thanks,
Yep,
guys.
thanks for coming
Thanks
out.
for everything you do for our community.
Yeah,
and
you
have
bet.
fun at baseball.
Yeah, we will.
Great.
Jesse, do you agree with me that Gordy is one of the best men in
Oh,
Faribault?
Oh, I absolutely agree. Absolutely. Yep.
One of the best men in Faribault.
This
bet.
guy ought to be my agent.
Everyone needs one.
Yeah. Thanks.
you,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Yep.
Jesse stopping by. You want to throw out a quick holler for G&H Property
Yeah,
Management?
just G&H Properties, located right in beautiful downtown Faribault. We manage investment properties, residential rentals. We also manage homeowner associations. That's my specialty. And then we also help people buy, sell both residential and commercial real estate. So we got a house going on the market today. So housing market isn't very expansive right now, very limited opportunities, but there'll be another one in the market today.
Yep, and Lonsdale Country Market also bringing you the show from Bashers, the Faribault Center. Come on out, folks. You never get a bad meal here, and I am not kidding. The best pizza in town is right here at Bashers. Their homemade pizzas are out of this world good. You know my favorite, but I had to make a taco for me not long ago, and it was really, really good. Extra tomatoes on my... I had a tomato in every bite on my taco pizza. That's what I asked for, and that's what I got. Take it away, Kate. Milo